Assalamu alaikum viewers. Welcome to Siyasat English News. I'm Ayman Omar. Department of Employment and Training, Government of Telangana is going to arrange a job fair in Hyderabad on 18th of August. The fair is scheduled to be held at the Shivani Junior and Degree College for Women, located beside South India Shopping Mall in LB Nagar. It will begin at 9:30 am and end at 3 pm. The posts that are available in the fair are that of the marketing manager, software developer, sales executive, telecaller, pharmacist, and others. Many MNCs, including SBI, HDFC, Axis Bank, Carvey, Big C, will participate in the fair to hire people. Candidates who have passed 10th standard, intermediate, degree, BE, BTech, MCA, MBA, and other graduates can avail the benefits of the job fair in Hyderabad. Around 2,000 jobs will be offered through this job fair. Taking a swipe at RSS chief Mohan Bhagwat's call for self-dependent India, All India Majlis-e-Ittehadul Muslimin chief Asaduddin Owaisi on Monday said demonetization has destroyed the economy of India. Speaking to ANI, the MIM chief said if Bhagwat is a true nationalist, he should accept that the People's Liberation Army of China is sitting on Indian territory. He alleged that the Indian Army is not able to patrol the areas including Gogra, Depsang and Demchok as the Chinese army is sitting there, but the government of India and Prime Minister Modi is keeping quiet. Questioning if the RSS chief is living in reality, Owaisi said, is Mohan Bhagwat able to see the sufferings of the common people of the country due to the wrong economic policies of the Modi government? The National Human Rights Commission has sought a report from the governments of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh on the rising number of student suicides. The NHRC was annoyed by the failure of the two governments to check the student suicides. NHRC had directed the chief secretaries of the two states to submit a report on the suicides issue last year, but no report was submitted. It has again instructed the two states to submit a report within 4 weeks on this issue. Shravan Kumar, an advocate of Telangana state, submitted a report to NHRC stating that 426 students in Telangana and 383 students in Andhra Pradesh committed suicide in the year 2019. Due to the lockdown in 2020, the number of suicides is unavailable. After Firozabad, it is now the Zilla Panchayat of Aligarh that has passed a resolution seeking to rename Aligarh as Harigarh. The resolution was passed on Monday and the members claimed that it was a long pending demand. The proposal was passed in the first meeting of the Panchayat without any opposition, with 50 out of 72 members in attendance. The Zilla Panchayat approved the proposal unopposed. It would now be forwarded to the state government for approval. The ongoing political unrest in Afghanistan may have huge economical impact on India's medical tourism. India offers quality medical facilities at a cheaper rate as compared to the United States and other developed nations, for which scores of patients, including from Afghanistan, visit the country regularly. For the Afghans, India is a cheap healthcare destination where hospitals offer quality treatment at reasonable rates. Out of the total medical tourists, around 54.3% visited India from Bangladesh last year, followed by 9% from Iraq, 8% from Afghanistan, and 6% from Maldives. The government has introduced medical visas along with e-medical visas for 166 nations as part of its policy. The second phase of the Indian Premier League 2021, scheduled to begin from 19th of September in the United Arab Emirates, could witness the return of the crowds. Emirates Cricket Board General Secretary Mubashir Usmani was quoted as saying by Gulf News that the board will speak to the Board of Control for Cricket in India and the UAE government regarding allowing crowds back to the stands. Reports also suggested that the UAE government has given the green light to allow 60% capacity of the crowd in the stadium for the remaining matches. The second phase of IPL 2021 will resume with the clash between Chennai Super Kings and Mumbai Indians on 19th of September. In total, 31 matches including qualifiers will be played over the course of 27 days. Hotels are rehiring in the United Arab Emirates after the authorities raised their operating capacity to 100% ahead of the Expo 2020 Dubai rush. On 14th of August, authorities eased restrictions on some sectors amid a downturn in new COVID-19 conditions within the country. Due to restrictions on flights from the Indian subcontinent and other countries, which is the main source of manpower for the private sector in the UAE, hotels and catering companies are looking for alternative markets to meet their human resource needs. Local hoteliers told the Khalij Times that most hiring is done locally due to visa and travel restrictions. He pointed out that the recruitment is still taking place inside the Emirates, as many countries are on the red list and it is not possible to import labor from these places. With the participation of 192 countries in the event, the Expo 2020 in UAE is already causing a buzz in the local and international labor market. Telangana Municipal Administration and Urban Development Minister K.T. Rama Rao on Monday joined the country in congratulating that Indian Test side for their historic victory over England at the Lord's Cricket Ground. India set up a tricky target of 272 runs as a result of 89 runs partnership between tail-enders Mohammad Shami, who scored an unbeaten 56, and Jasprit Bumrah to declare at 298 for 8 on the penultimate day of the Test match. In reply, England folded at 120 thanks to a comprehensive performance by the Indian pace battery led by Mohammad Siraj. The Hyderabad pacer was pick of the Indian bowlers, accounting for some crucial scalps that turned the game into India's favour. Siraj accounted for 8 wickets in the match. He registered a 4-wicket haul in the first innings. The 27-year-old speedster finished with figures of 4 for 32 in the second innings. That's it for today. Thank you, viewers.